Hey everybody, welcome to Carbon's DIY Garage. Today we are going to leave the garage and head inside, and I am going to replace the diverter valve on our kitchen faucet. The sprayer hose has been acting up, not giving a good spray. It's been either low pressure or sounding like a throbbing washing machine. So it's time to replace that diverter valve and get things going again. So the first thing you're going to want to do is turn off the water supply to the sink. So that's the hot, and this is the cold. Quarter turn valves for me, hopefully yours are just as easy. Turn on the faucet to let off the pressure. Remove the little cover in the handle to get to the set screw. Loosen the set screw. You don't have to remove it all the way, and then pull off the handle. The top of the faucet is actually a type of castle nut that holds the cartridge in place. So you need channel locks or vice grips to just loosen up that castle nut, that top nut. Get it loose, then take it all the way off by hand, being careful not to mess up the finish of the faucet. At this point, the faucet spout itself is held in place just by a couple of O-rings, so just gently slide it back and forth and lift up on it and it'll come right off. You can see some water came out there. That's because I didn't release the pressure in the sprayer hose. If you do that before you start, you won't have that problem. There are 4 things that come in the kit. There's this gray plastic ring, a lower O-ring, an upper O-ring, and the diverter valve itself. The diverter valve itself is in there pretty snugly, so I used a small screwdriver to pull the poppet out, that spring-loaded poppet, and I used needle nose pliers. Maybe some broader jawed pliers would be better, but just grab onto that poppet and pull it out. You could damage the poppet, so if you're going to plan to reuse this, this may not be the best technique, but it does eventually just pull out. Here's a close-up of that diverter valve. There's really not that much to it, but if it does get sticky or stuck, it's going to cause you problems with that sprayer and getting the water flowing where you want it. Getting this plastic ring up is pretty straightforward. You just use a small screwdriver and work it up and over those 2 O-rings. It comes off pretty easily. And then just use that small screwdriver again on both of the O-rings. The O-rings are actually the same size, and you just need to get it free and then just slowly work it up and over. And you do the same thing with the top O-ring, just get it loose and roll it on up. And like I said, both O-rings are the same size. Take a minute and clean up that cartridge so it looks nice and nothing gets stuck with the water flow. Slide that plastic ring down, that's your replacement. And then you just take the 2 brand new O-rings and roll them down over the cartridge, being really careful to not rip them, tear them, make a dent, or anything like that, so that they're nice and pristine and you'll get a good seal when you put the faucet back together. The moment we've all been waiting for, take that new diverter valve and shove it back in the hole, push it as far in as it will go so it's nice and snug, and then take your spout and gently work it down so that it is flush with the bottom of the faucet. Now simply take the top nut there on your faucet, screw it down, and take your pliers, channel locks, and tighten it up. And this is going to not only seal everything, but it's also going to put the tension on that handle. So put the handle back on and see how the valve works. And if it's too loose, tighten that nut down a little bit more. And if it is too tight, loosen it up just a little bit. Install the set screw for your handle and you're all set. Don't forget to install that little cover into the set screw so it looks nice and pretty and you don't forget which side is hot and which side is cold. That is it, my friends. Now the important part, turn your water back on slowly and check for leaks. Turn your faucet on, make sure it works hot and cold, and of course the sprayer. And no chug-a-chug there. It is great water pressure coming out of the sprayer. Really excited for how this turned out, and it was really pretty easy. So I hope this video has been helpful, and you can certainly do this yourself. Pretty quick to do. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Comments are appreciated, and we'll see you in the next video.